Hi everybody, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my last video before Christmas, so I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, and I will see you next week. For this video, I wanted to do something special in honor of the holidays, and so I figured that I would go ahead and review a Christmas book, and that book is going to be Santa Cruz by Fern Michaels. This is not going to be the most favorable review. I'm going to be honest with that, get that right on out there in the open. And there's a few different reasons for that, and we're going to go ahead and get into it. So this book follows a group of 4 friends: Nina, Freddie, Rachel, and Amy. And they have met up at their high school reunion. They haven't seen each other for years, most of them. And it's just like old times. And they all make a pact that if they don't have dates by Thanksgiving, that they will go on a singles cruise at Christmas time. And I thought that the premise of this had a lot of potential. It sounded fun. It sounded cute. It sounded like it was going to be an isolated setting. But it was a letdown for a few different reasons. First off, this cruise does not take place until approximately 45% of the way into the book. It took so long to get there. And it wasn't necessary for it to take that long because there was a lot of unnecessary filler throughout that first 45%. There was like a lot of family drama with characters that aren't even a central focus of the book. And other characters, like one of the characters went on a tangent for like 5 pages about a guy that owns the Italian joint that she is ordering her dinner from and how his family came to America. He is not important to the story. He is not on this cruise. He's not a love interest. One of his employees does end up being a love interest, but he is not. So I'm like, why are we spending so much time on this? Like, let's go ahead and get to the actual plot line of the book. Let's go ahead and get to this cruise. And then when we finally did get to the cruise, it was not... It was a letdown because it wasn't what it was advertised to be. It takes place at Christmas time, yes, but that was really the only thing that was holiday-like about this book. It was just, it didn't feel like a holiday book. There were a few instances where one of the girls is hanging up mistletoe as a prank, and I think that was supposed to be our taste of Christmas. That's all there really was. There was no Christmas feast. There was no exchange of gifts. I don't believe, unless I'm mistaken, that there was even any Christmas music. It was just, other than it taking place, like, the week following Christmas, this did not give me any holiday vibes whatsoever. I just wasn't feeling it. The parts of the book that are there don't feel well written at all. They don't feel like they have been edited adequately. There's just a whole lot of telling versus showing. This person went and did this, and this person went and did this. There's a lot of focus on outfits. Like, oh, Rachel wore this, and Amy wore this, and it's like multiple times, and like if the outfits played into the plot line or the scene or whatever was going on, it would make more sense, but it never did. So I'm like, why are we spending so much time talking about the outfits? And why are we sitting there saying, oh, Rachel did this, but we don't actually ever see it. We don't see what happens when Rachel does this. And it's just, it feels like it's a nonstop series of just statements like that. This person did this, this person did that. It doesn't draw me in. It doesn't make me feel like I'm there in the situation. It doesn't make me feel attached to any of the characters. It was just kind of a letdown. I was majorly disappointed in this because I had read Fern Michaels in the past, and we're talking years ago, So maybe my reading tastes have just changed, but I don't remember her work being this bad. I don't remember it feeling so juvenile. And that is really the only word to describe this book. It felt extremely juvenile. And it was odd to me because these women are in their mid 30s, but it reads more like teenagers. Like, especially the character of Rachel. It was just insane to me. I'm just like, oh my god, it was painful to read, but it was short. This book was less than 300 pages, and I struggled. And I wanted to DNF, but I'm like, there's no point in DNFing. It's too short. And like, I don't know. It was a dumpster fire mess. These girls were just acting like teenagers. They were being ridiculous. There was like all this weird stuff that was going on that just, it wasn't fun. It wasn't interesting. I felt like some things were supposed to be ironic, but that's just not the feeling that I got for them. I didn't have any attachment to any characters in this book, to any aspect of this book. I was so disappointed because, like, I felt like the two biggest things that I was looking forward to, this wasn't that it was supposed to be. Like Santa Cruz, it's right there in the name. It's a holiday cruise. And the cruise was so minimal. Like, we didn't really go into a whole lot about it. They just happened to be on a ship. But it's like, I didn't really get the vibe of going on a cruise. Like, I didn't get a feel for the experience whatsoever. Like, it kind of felt like the author had never been on one, because it just didn't come across as believable. And on top of that, like I said, it didn't feel like it had holiday vibes at all, because there wasn't really, other than a few instances of mistletoe being spread throughout, it didn't feel like it had anything to do with the holidays at all. So the title was extremely misleading. The cover art was extremely misleading. I was very disappointed in this. I gave it a 2-star, I believe. Maybe even a 1-star. This might have been a 1-star. I'll have to double check and put that in the screen and post. But it was a major letdown. And it was the first holiday book that I read this month. So I was scared continuing on. I was just like, oh my god, what have I gotten myself into? But luckily, the next one that I read, I absolutely loved, and it got me back into the swing of things. But that is all that I have for you guys today. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, follow me on the social medias, click that bell if you want to be notified of all of my upcoming videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!